Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name is Doja's son, and I am back with another character review. Now, this is actually going to be a triple threat, and I feel like I should have done this one sooner. So, Smile Man, Lightning Max, and Stinger are all given as options for which one you can pick for free early on in the game. Now, I chose Stinger myself, and I kind of regret not choosing Lightning Max because I do feel like Lightning Max is the best pick. Now, since I don't have Smile Man unlocked, we'll go ahead and start with Smile Man. So Smile Man here, he is an attack to reduce defense for enemies, special common attack. So his common attack is special. That's kind of interesting. Maybe that's something I'll need to look into a little deeper. He's definitely got a fun costume. All right, so what's he say? He says nothing. And it doesn't even look like he's smiling, but he's got Smile Man costume. It's pretty fun. So common skill, Kendama Blow. Swings the Kendama to attack enemies in the front row on a large scale to cause 120% combos, dealing 25% attack damage in total with a chance to cause knockdown. That's really good. That is actually really, really good. So he attacks the front row with his basic. Maybe I don't see a lot of people picking Smile Man because Lightning Max's special is just so good. It costs 4, and we'll get to that later. His active skill, World Shattering Spin, costs 5. Swings the Kendama to attack enemies in the front row on a large scale to cause 3 combo, dealing 330% attack damage in total with a 70% chance to cause repulse. So that's really good too. Let's go check out that skill preview. Boom. That's very reminiscent of Metal Bat's active skill. So maybe he's like the budget version of Metal Bat. Definitely, maybe he's worth picking. Go against the grain, pick Smile Man. Most people pick Stinger or Lightning Max from what I've seen. First trait is Kendama Smash. Chases a repulsed enemy to cause knockdown, dealing 105% attack damage. So now that's really good because from my experience, I've had a hard time finding... Oh, cool, I got a like on Instagram. I've had a hard time finding good characters that chase repulse. There are a couple, but from my experience, the repulse chasing is where I'm lacking in my inventory. So... yeah, he seems a lot better than I initially imagined. So, the giant Kendama. There's a 30% chance for the common skill and the active skill to reduce defense by 50% for 2 rounds. That's really good too, because if you can lower the enemy's defense, then you can do more damage with all of your characters. Now, the trait skill Power of Smile. For each defense reduced enemy, his crit is increased by 50% for 2 rounds. And for each crit inflicted, his accuracy is increased by 50% for 2 rounds. His accuracy is going to come into play when we read about stun down here. Because the stun, burning, those kind of skills are affected by accuracy. The accuracy increases the chance that the stun will be applied. So, Round the World Beatdown. That just sounds cool. Round the World Beatdown. If the target of the common skill has defense reduced, then this target will be attacked by Round the World Beatdown instead of the common skill. To deal 270% attack damage, 30% chance to cause knockdown, and 35% chance to stun for 1 turn. So it does seem like his basic skill or common skill just gets better with a chance to stun is what it seems like, and it does 270% attack damage if the target. So it's interesting, the target. So I'm guessing because his common skill attacks all enemies in the front row, that I'm assuming that it's only applied to the opposite enemy that has the defense down, or if it's just any one of the 3. That's an interesting question. I don't know what the answer is. But actually, this guy does seem to be pretty good. I think that if you do end up picking him, he's going to have a decent spot as an attacker, a weapon attacker in your team. I definitely think that he's not bad. He's not bad at all. And based upon the fact that his common skill swings twice, swings everybody in the front row, using a speed set on him to hit twice might be the way to go, especially if you have Round the World Beatdown unlocked, because you could just end up stunning and doing all kinds of stuff. Let's check out his skill preview for his active skill. I think the best thing about him is his common skill, and so you want to leverage that common skill with the speed set, so you can actually use it twice. It's like a 10% chance to attack twice. So yeah, that's Smile Man. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Lightning Max. Now, the reason I think Lightning Max is one of the better picks is mostly because his active skill is anger cost of 4. That's the main reason why I think he's the better pick of the 3. So Lightning Combo Kick attacks the opposite enemy to cause 3 combos, dealing 120% attack damage in total with a 25% chance to cause knockdown. Combo on basic, awesome. Active skill, Lightning Flying Backwards Roundhouse Kick. Such a mouthful. Activates the boosters in his shoes to kick the opposite enemy to cause float, dealing 420% attack damage with a 50% chance to cause burning for 3 rounds. Burning's awesome, especially if you can find people that have burning synergy. I think one guy that I really kind of want is Blue Fire, or I think it's Blue Flame. I don't know what his name is. And I'll get around to finishing all the 2-star character reviews eventually. But let's check out that Lightning Flying Backwards Roundhouse Kick. Lightning Flying Backwards Roundhouse Kick. Nice 360. Very minimal on the animation with that one, but it looks so clean. Just look at that. He's just like... And it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. So then you just need somebody who chases float to follow up the combo, and boom, boom, boom. It can be quite devastating. So the Lightning Slide chases knockdown enemy to cause float, dealing 105% attack damage. Basic chase ability. We like chase abilities to continue combos. Prior Scout. This is actually a really good trait because at the beginning of combat, he increases the damage received of the enemies in the front row by 60% for 1 round. So that means he actually would pair really well with Smile Man or Metal Bat, because everybody in the front row is going to take additional damage. And if you can get through that front row in that first round, or even take out a character or something, I mean, you're going to have the leg up at the beginning. And yeah, Lightning Max, he does a lot of damage, and I think this is part of the reason for it as well. Now, the trait Nemesis of Monsters. At the beginning of combat, if there are any monster units on the enemy side, then he obtains a shield equal to 300% of his attack. Wow. So that means, like in Arena, a lot of people have a mix of monsters and heroes. Some people use all heroes. I haven't seen anybody use all monsters yet. Mostly because the 3-star heroes are so good, whereas there's only a couple of 3-star monsters. And most people don't like Kabuto. I think he's good. So yeah, that's great. So it adds to his survivability immediately. Now his 4th and final trait skill, Power of Lightning. Every 5 of his initiative provides attack bonus by 2%. Wow. So initiative determines which team goes first, right? So whoever has more initiative, then their first player slot will act before the enemy's first player slot. So you want to put initiative on this guy. Not only do you get to go, does your team get to go first, but he's going to get more attack. So that just makes a lot of sense, especially since his initiative provides attack bonus. Then that attack bonus, I'm not too sure if that initiative that increases attack will also increase the shield. But wow, just wow. Let's go check out that skill preview one last time before we get into Stinger. Boom. Such a graceful freaking flying jump kick, man. Alright, Stinger. Sing, Bamboo Shoot. So he's a crit grant shield power attack when dying. So definitely mod him for crit chance because the more often he crits, the more his shield replenishes once you unlock the later traits. Common skill, Stinger Slash. Thrust a spear to attack the opposite enemy to cause 2 combos, dealing 90% attack damage in total with a 25% chance to cause repulse and bleeding for 3 rounds. We like damage over time effects. Not bad. Now his active skill, the Gigantic Drill Stinger Quadruple Thrust, uses his whole strength to spin the bamboo spear at rapid speed to hit 4 random enemies to cause float, dealing 160% attack damage with a 35% chance to cause bleeding for 3 rounds. So it's like an AoE, but it's not a true AoE because it'll only do 4 random enemies. Now, this is really frustrating when you have one of the enemies at a sliver of health and it attacks the other 4. So that's one of the main reasons why I regret picking Stinger, is because even though he's got a good kit, it just seems a little bit lacking when it comes to execution. That, and he is really squishy. He dies really easily, and even with the shield generation, which we'll get to in the later traits here in just a sec, it seems like it's too little too late, because a lot of times he'll die before he even gets to get the crits off to gain the shield. Now Impalement chases knockdown enemy to cause repulse, dealing 105% attack damage. Great. Simple chase skill. Alright, active newbie. When causing a crit, Stinger obtains a shield equal to 60% of his attack. So that means he has to be alive to deal damage to get the attack. So he's definitely a backline character. You got to protect him because he is squishy. And you got to let him attack a lot to build up his shield, and then, once it's gone, it's just really hard to regenerate his shield. So even though it's kind of cool that it adds to his survivability, it still leaves wanting. Now, fearlessness. For every dead hero of yours, Stinger's crit will increase by 20%, and his crit damage will also increase. So another reason why he's a backline character, because you want him to be the last one alive so that he's critting more often, doing more damage. And then his final Fury combo, which is really actually kind of cool because it prevents him from death for like that one turn, right? Stinger will not immediately die when receiving fatal damage, but hit point becomes 1. And he will attack 4 times each time to choose a random target, dealing 180% attack damage, triggered only once per combat, right? So you kind of get this like one final stroke of, hey, I'm not quite dead, boom, 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 boom. Similar to Genos, when he dies, he explodes, right? So with the Fury combo, instead of dying, he'll get 1 hit point. So it is possible for his shield to regenerate, and you could heal him up with a healer or something, but it's only going to happen the one time. Let's go watch that skill preview. Oh, did we miss it at the beginning? Oh well, I see it a lot. So it's still pretty cool. It's definitely cool, but boom. Look at that. 4 hits. The damage seems to be wanting, right? If you remember, Lightning's max did like 7,000 damage, right, for one character. He's doing 2,000 to 4. So in total it's more damage, but that single target big hit damage from Lightning Max seems to be really, really, really good for Arena. Anyways, who did you pick? Do you regret your choice? The only one caveat to maybe you do want to pick Stinger is both Lightning Max and Smile Man are purchasable in the Arena store. Oh no, Smile Man is not. It's just Lightning Max. Interesting. So even if you don't pick Lightning Max, you can at least buy his shards with Arena tokens eventually. These honor cups take forever to earn though. So anyways, I'm Doja Sun. Until next time.